of how Elon Musk's work ethic and determination have served as the fundamental cornerstones of his remarkable success, covering the key concepts and providing enough depth. Here is a detailed explanation. The narrative of Elon Musk's success, from co-founding PayPal to steering transformative companies like Tesla, SpaceX, and Neuralink, is inextricably linked to a legendary, almost mythical, work ethic and an uncompromising level of determination. These two qualities haven't merely contributed to his achievements, they are the bedrock upon which his entire multi-industry empire has been built. They manifest in his commitment to audacious goals, his tolerance for extreme risk, his approach to problem solving, and the high-pressure, high-demand cultures within his organizations. The pillars of Musk's success: work ethic and determination. Musk's approach to work can be synthesized into a few core principles. First principles thinking, an absurdly high time commitment, extreme resilience, and an unwavering focus on useful impact. 1. The absurdly high time commitment, the hardcore work ethic. The most visible and frequently cited aspect of Musk's work ethic is the sheer volume of hours he dedicates to his companies. This is not just a standard long hours corporate culture. It is an extreme, often brutal commitment that he both practices himself and demands from his executive teams. The 7-day-a-week mentality. Musk has famously described working 80 to over 100 hours per week, particularly during critical phases of production at Tesla, production hell, or during the early existential years of SpaceX. This isn't just a sporadic burst of effort, it's the operational baseline for him. This constant, pervasive presence allows him to maintain granular control. By being constantly involved, he can directly oversee product development, engineering decisions, and strategic shifts, ensuring they align precisely with his vision. Set the pace. His personal intensity acts as a gravitational force, compelling the entire organization to match his urgency. This creates a high-velocity environment where projects move faster than industry norms. Bridge critical gaps. During crises, such as the initial ramp-up of the Tesla Model 3, he literally slept at the factory, troubleshooting and directing changes on the floor. This hands-on, relentless engagement epitomizes his belief that effort can brute force a solution when conventional methods fail. The first principles application to work. Musk's famous use of first principles thinking, breaking down complex problems to their fundamental truths rather than reasoning by analogy, isn't just a technical strategy, it's a work ethic principle. When applied to time and effort, it means questioning conventional timelines. If the conventional timeline for a task is X, Musk's determination forces a first principles look at why it can't be X2 or X4. This relentless questioning of assumed limitations is a direct manifestation of his determination to move faster. Eliminating non-essential tasks. He has mandated the removal of tasks that don't add utility or are simply for process, ensuring that the demanding work hours are spent on the most impactful core problems. 2. Unwavering determination in the face of existential risk. Musk's determination is less about being stubborn and more about an unyielding resolve rooted in a deep-seated belief in the importance of his missions. He has publicly stated that his goal is to solve problems crucial to the future of humanity, e.g., sustainable energy, multiplanetary life. This high-stakes, almost messianic, framing of his work fuels a level of determination rarely seen in corporate leadership. Near failure as a catalyst. Both Tesla and SpaceX faced multiple moments of near bankruptcy and technical failure, particularly around 2008-2009. The Falcon 1 failures. SpaceX's Falcon 1 rocket failed on its first 3 launch attempts. For any other aerospace company, 3 successive failures would likely have meant the end. Musk, however, poured the last of his personal fortune into funding a 4th launch, which successfully reached orbit. This was a pure act of determination, a refusal to quit because he believed the goal, making life multiplanetary, was too important. The Tesla liquidity crisis. Around the same period, Tesla was struggling with production and cash flow. Musk's decision to forego personal luxury and reinvest every available dollar, combined with an intense push to secure funding, demonstrated a determination to keep the company alive against all financial odds. He views failure not as an endpoint, but as a temporary solvable obstacle. Redefining impossible. Musk's determination manifests as a refusal to accept the prevailing consensus on what is feasible. SpaceX's reusable rockets. The concept of fully reusable orbital rockets was long dismissed by established aerospace giants as too complex and too expensive to be practical. Musk's determination pushed SpaceX to develop and perfect the technology, fundamentally changing the economics of space travel. This required years of grueling iteration and spectacular determined failures, explosions. The electric vehicle transition. In the early 2000s, electric cars were widely seen as slow, impractical golf carts. Musk's determination was to build a beautiful, high performance, long range electric car that could compete with and beat the best gasoline cars, thus proving the viability of the technology and forcing the entire automotive industry to shift. 3. The organizational manifestation, a culture of intensity. Musk's personal traits are amplified across his organizations, creating a culture of high performance but also high attrition, vertical integration, and high demands. His belief that his companies must control the maximum amount of technology and manufacturing themselves, vertical integration, requires extreme amounts of work. The machine that builds the machine, Musk is obsessive about optimizing the production process itself. This focus demands unrelenting effort from engineers and workers to invent new manufacturing techniques, often on compressed timelines. The expectation is that employees must operate with the same passion and determination as the founder. Hardcore culture. He actively recruits individuals who are not only talented, but also share a similar intrinsic motivation and tolerance for extreme hours and high stakes. This culture inherently weeds out those who prioritize work-life balance over the mission. Focus on engineering and physics. Musk's determination translates into a steadfast belief in the power of engineering to solve any problem. He consistently pushes teams to use physics-based solutions and disregard managerial or administrative complexity. His presence often short-circuits traditional corporate bureaucracy, forcing a faster, more direct approach to problem solving, which again requires immense personal effort and determination from those involved. Conclusion. The synergy of work ethic and determination. Elon Musk's success is not a result of a single brilliant idea, but the repeated, determined, and sustained application of extreme effort to a series of brilliant, world-changing ideas. His work ethic, characterized by 80 to 100-hour weeks, factory sleeping, and a constant granular focus, provides the fuel, the necessary time, effort, and iteration needed to achieve impossible engineering feats. His determination, characterized by a refusal to accept no from physics, finances, or conventional wisdom, provides the direction and the resilience to survive repeated, catastrophic setbacks. In essence, his determination sets the audacious, world-altering goals, and his work ethic provides the necessary, unrelenting means to reach them, making them the foundational twin engines that have propelled him to become one of the most transformative and often controversial figures in modern industry.